In the heart of Detroit's Belle Isle stands the Nancy Brown Peace Carillon. More than just a tower, it became a symbol of hope, resilience, remembrance, and peace. Nancy Brown organized the first sunrise service on Belle Isle. What began as a simple gathering quickly became a Detroit tradition, with nearly 50,000 people attending the first event. Inspired by the overwhelming response, Brown launched a campaign in 1936 to build a peace carillon whose music would echo across the island as a reminder of harmony and goodwill. Detroiters embraced the idea wholeheartedly. The entire project was funded not by the city, but by ordinary citizens donating whatever they could spare. Former Detroit Mayor John C. Lodge became one of the project's strongest supporters. Construction officially began in 1939, with Nancy Brown herself breaking ground for the tower on Belle Isle. On June 16, 1940, during the 7th annual sunrise service, the tower was formally dedicated before another crowd of roughly 50,000 people. Weeks later, on Independence Day, the Carillon held its first concert. Patriotic songs including America the Beautiful and the Star-Spangled Banner rang out across Belle Isle for the very first time. Ironically, the tower had originally been designed for real bells. But because bells proved too expensive, engineers created an electronic system using an organ and amplifiers to simulate the sound of a traditional carillon. Then, history intervened. The final donation needed to complete the project arrived on December 7, 1941, the day Pearl Harbor was attacked. For a monument dedicated to peace, the timing could not have been more symbolic. Nancy Brown retired from writing in 1942 and passed away in 1948, but the monument she inspired remained part of Detroit's identity. Over the decades, however, the tower faced serious challenges as vandalism, pigeons, and aging infrastructure slowly silenced the music. By 1970, the Peace Carillon had stopped playing entirely. As Detroit struggled financially, restoring the aging tower became difficult, yet the monument was never forgotten. Community groups fought to preserve it, and in 2003, new electronic chimes were installed, bringing music back to Belle Isle. By 2012, the Carillon had become automated, once again playing music daily across the island after decades of silence. Even after years of neglect, the Nancy Brown Peace Carillon endured. In 2017, during the 50th anniversary of the 1967 Detroit Uprising, the tower became the site of 67 Seconds of Peace, where residents gathered to reflect on healing and unity, resilience and peace. Today, the Nancy Brown Peace Carillon still stands quietly above Belle Isle. To some, it is simply an old bell tower, but to others, it represents something much larger, a reminder that ordinary people, working together, can create lasting symbols of hope, even during the hardest moments in history. Every note that echoes from the tower carries the same message Nancy Brown envisioned nearly a century ago. Peace is worth building.